Oh my god, let's try something.
Okay, what happened on TV last night?
I always watch.
Oh my god.
It's so fun. It was so
Yeah,
good.
I watched that.
Yeah.
Cool.
Hey yo, I'm Stevie.
And I'm Talena.
And this is Twin Talk.
So we're really excited to start talking about Clayton's season of The Bachelor, what we think it's going to bring, all the drama, the fashion, everything about it we're going to try to cover. We definitely have some thoughts. What do you think about Clayton?
This is what I think. I think that Bachelor Nation is really trying to get, not Bachelor Nation, the Bachelor franchise, I should say, is really trying to get back to its roots.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, a lot of people seem pissed off about that, but at the end of the day, we have to look at the facts, right?
Yeah.
And according to a poll from YouGov America, and this was taken before Matt's season, like right before Matt's season, to put it in retrospect, so who knows? Matt's season was, a year ago now?
Yeah.
I think it was actually like a year ago. I think it started in January.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
January 4th.
January 4th of last year. So it's been a year. So who knows how these numbers have changed. But according to this poll, 75% of the people watching Bachelor are white.
Mm-hmm.
And there's 12% Hispanic, 7% Black people watching these shows.
Yeah.
So to get it all out there, I know that there's been this big hoopla of like, well, we need more diversity. And listen, I love the diversity. The men on Michelle's season were looking good. Even some of the men on Katie's season were looking good.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I think for the most part, they actually do have good-looking men, whether they're white or Black or Hispanic or Asian or whatever the case may be. But you have to cater to your audience. And whether you like it or not, 75%, that's 3/4 of the people who are in the Bachelor franchise are white.
Yeah. White people that probably just want to see people
like themselves
that play, that are on the screen, you know? And I'm not saying that's right. We're not here to necessarily get political or anything. I don't fucking care if you agree with me or not.
Yeah.
The point is that Clayton goes back to the basics. He's basic.
He's a footballer. He's tall. He's fit. He's from the Midwest, small town. You know, he has all these things going that The Bachelor originally had when it started off, and that's the way they're doing it. I guess we'll see how it's going, but Michelle's season
was the lowest rating, had the lowest rating out of all of Bachelor, the whole Bachelor franchise, I'm pretty sure. And which does suck because I actually really liked Michelle's season. I liked her guys, you know.
I liked Michelle.
Yeah.
I thought Michelle was a real class act.
Oh, I love Michelle. She's gorgeous. She's smart. She's, you know, I feel like she handled situations really well. I liked listening to her talk. Michelle's season was very good.
Well, Michelle's season got 3.29 million viewers. Mm-hmm. Clayton's first episode already has 3.75 million viewers. So Clayton's first episode, whatever anybody is saying about Clayton, you know, they don't want him to be the Bachelor. People are upset that he's white, or, you know, he's another football player or whatever with no charisma. People are saying whatever.
Yeah.
The facts are, the ratings are there, and the ratings are saying that he's gotten more views than Michelle's season ever had.
Yeah.
So that goes to show you who are the type of people who are watching Bachelor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, and at the end of the day, the Bachelor franchise is a business, and they're going to go where they can make money. And if it's the old biddies in the Midwest who are giving them their money, they're gonna make sure that the old biddies in the Midwest are getting what they want to see.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's just
not
the way the
saying
cookie
it's
crumbles.
right, not saying it's wrong. Yeah, exactly. That's just how the cookie crumbles.
Mm-hmm.
Don't take it up with us. Take it up with Bachelor Nation. I don't know.
Yeah.
Or the Bachelor franchise.
So with that being said, am I overly excited for Clayton's season? I mean, I'm always excited for Bachelor. We wouldn't be doing a podcast if we didn't like The Bachelor.
Yeah, like I'm excited to break down how bad I think it is going to be.
Oh, I completely agree. I think it's going to be a train wreck.
I think this season is going to be full of just plants, like producers just planting drama. Like nothing's going to feel organic. I will say that this very first episode felt almost like I was watching TikToks. Right.
Like, it was just one casualty after another casualty after another casualty, and they all happened very, very small. And I think I said this last night when we were watching the episode, is I felt like, I was like, the episode's done, because it felt like I was watching little snippets, and then all of a sudden it was done, instead of it being, you know, one main villain, one main front runner, okay, we're meeting the girls, whatever the case may be.
Well, they have to keep people's attention, because our attention spans get shorter and shorter and shorter, so they have to, you know, set it up in that way.
Well, they fucking did.
Yeah, that's true.
If that's what they were trying to achieve, I really feel like they did it, because it was just one thing after another. You know, the entire episode, I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And I do feel like Clayton took it very, very easy on himself, because...
Well, I feel like Clayton is being spoon-fed. Like, I feel like he doesn't know how to express himself unless somebody is like, hey, I want you to be this way. And he's like, oh, okay, I can do that. And it's organic to him, but it's not... It's like with his speech, like when he spilled his drink and he was like, oh, but then he continued on right where he left off with the speech. Like, his speech was prepared for him, whether he did that himself or the producers made it for him. They were like, at the end of the day, they were probably like, okay, you need to go in and give a speech now. And so whether he wrote the speech or the producers wrote the speech, it wasn't like, it didn't feel organic. It didn't feel...
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, and we can already tell there's nothing organic about this season.
Yeah.
Like you said, they're gonna do a lot of plants. It's very evident they've already done this. I mean, let's jump right in. The very first 10 minutes is Sally coming in, and Sally is like, I just was supposed to get married today or this weekend or something. Something crazy.
That weekend she was supposed to get married. The day before they met the Bachelor or whatever was supposed to be her wedding day. So she knocks on, first of all, and they even say this, they say it's 5 hours until the ceremony. Bitch, you couldn't have waited 5 hours to go meet Clayton just like all the other girls did. And then she had a cell phone. I don't know what planet you're living on, but Bachelor contestants are not allowed to have their cell phones unless it just felt very planted. It just felt very like, okay, but poor Clayton had no idea.
Oh, yeah, I mean, you could tell. He was like, you know what, I'm going to prove to you that I want you to have this rose. I feel a connection between us. And Sally, whether the producers put her up to it or not, was like, yeah, I feel a connection too. It's so easy to talk to you.
Then she's like, I'm so confused. Like, I really like him. And I'm like, bitch, you've literally known him for 30 seconds. I'm very confused.
Yeah. And then she decided to not take the rose. So 10 minutes into the entire show,
Clayton's been denied a rose.
Which has never supposedly happened in Bachelor history. I mean, it hasn't happened since I've started watching. So, you know, they're always trying to reach for something new, something drama.
Yeah, totally.
But it's at the expense of it feeling organic.
Right.
So, once again...
It felt very planted.
It felt very planted. So, Sally, she cut herself right at the beginning. That's one rose down. So then, after that, we start meeting the ladies.
Well, it's not really one rose down, because it would have been one rose down if she would have gotten the rose.
Yeah, okay, fair.
Yeah.
There's one lady out.
One lady out of the 31.
Lady out of
so
31.
there's 30 women left.
Yeah, 30 women left.
Yeah.
So, then after that, we start meeting the ladies. You know, I will say...
No, first we don't meet the ladies. Oh, I guess we do meet the ladies, because I was going to talk about Jessie.
Yeah, what do you think about Jessie?
Well,
how do you think about Jessie as the new...
I personally think that Wells should have been the new host. I'm sorry. I just feel like he's charismatic, he's fun, he's serious when he can be. He's young where he can... I mean, Chris Harrison was the host for, 20 years? Like, Wells is young and fun and hip enough where when Chris Harrison started... He was like
sort of young
and you know, whatever. And I feel like Wells kind of has that same energy where he can grow with the franchise and, you know, it can be a long-lasting thing. To me, Jessie feels, not that Jessie's old or anything, and I guess he's an old contestant. For some reason, I thought Jesse Palmer has always been some sort of, like, host.
He has a lucrative host career. Hosting
so I'm not crazy.
Like football.
Okay, because when they said
he has like a baking show.
Okay, so I'm not wrong because I really, because when they advertised him as being on The Bachelor, I was like, am I thinking of two Dusty Palmers that look exactly alike?
Oh, no, he has host experience.
Okay, he has host experience. So,
his resume checked out for the role.
yeah, but it is kind of weird because I did see, if anybody's seen the new Spider-Man, and then there's the meme of all three of them pointing at each other. There's a meme that's going around with the three Spider-Men, and it's like Clayton, Jesse, and Colton.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
It's so funny because they all kind of look alike. I mean, our fantasy league is called Colton 2.0. His photo shoot was the exact photo shoot
that
of Colton Underwood's photo shoot.
We'll post a picture of it.
Yeah.
Like, it was with the dogs and the ha, there's puppies on me. It was the exact same, it was probably the exact same puppies. Just kidding, it couldn't have been, but it was the exact thing. Like, I'm looking at this and I'm like,
this looks familiar.
This looks real familiar. And, you know, even though side by side, Clayton and Colton don't look alike, you know, they still are, you know, football players, white, muscly.
Well, they still have kind of that same energy where I feel like Colton and Clayton are both like inward. They're like, he, I have a secret. I'm like, well, we all know Colton's secret was that he was gay. So what's Colton's secret?
Clayton's secret.
What is Clayton? See, I can't even get a Colton Clayton. Oh my god. What's Clayton's secret? Because he has that same like not
energy,
sneaky, but like energy.
Yeah, no, it's not sneaky, but it's this like, I feel like we've never really seen the true Clayton because I feel like maybe there's not a next level of Clayton.
Right.
You know, and that's the thing is, when you have a Bachelor contestant, at least for me, I like learning about them and peeling back the layers and stuff, and there's just some people who are two-dimensional, and it's not a bad thing. Like, he seems nice, he seems like he loves his mama, he seems like he loves his town, he seems like, you know, if you did end up with him, he'd be a nice, good husband who just did what you wanted, and I feel like he needs to find somebody to boss him around a little bit.
Right.
Because I just feel like maybe he's just going through life, like not really knowing what he's doing, and he's sort of gotten by in his charms and good looks, which is fine, but I don't feel like maybe he has a depth to him, which is maybe because maybe he hasn't really had any trauma in his life, or maybe, you know, he always has had, you know, a go funky life, you know, which is fine, and if that's happened for him, more power to him. Yeah. But come on, people pay for the torture, man. People want to see the tortured souls. People want to see the trauma and, you know, the layers underneath. And as of right now, and I could be completely wrong.
Yeah, who knows? He could give us a great season.
But as of right now, I just sort of feel like Clayton is very two-dimensional. So that's sort of how I'm feeling. But when it comes to Jesse, I will say that I do think he held his own. I think he was very similar to Chris Harrison.
He got the hand movements down.
Yeah, he had the host hand movements.
I felt like he studied Chris Harrison and the way he moved and kind of talked. Like, it felt very like...
It didn't feel like he was trying to copy Chris Harrison. It just felt like he naturally embodied
exactly
who Chris Harrison has played as the role for The Bachelor.
Right.
But now here's my thing, is it hasn't been confirmed that he's The Bachelor for every show coming.
The Bachelor host for every
Like
show.
The Bachelor host for the entire franchise forever and ever and ever. Like Chris Harrison was. But, see, when it came to Caitlyn and Tayshia hosting The Bachelorette, I personally thought Tayshia was more subdued and that made her a better host. She sort of faded to the background, X, Y, and Z. But everywhere I look, people want Caitlyn, man. People want Caitlyn to be the host for The Bachelorette.
I don't. I think, I personally think Wells should be the host for all three, and then in Bachelor in Paradise, they can bring in fun guest hosts like they did last year, because I thought that was super fun to bring in those extra people, and then Wells did the ceremony. But for Bachelor and Bachelorette, I would love, because Wells does have a feminine touch to it. He does. And then he also can do the masculine side as well, and I feel like it evens out really well for both sides. I think, personally, I just feel like Caitlyn's a little hard. I don't know.
I feel like she's a little too quirky and makes the show a little bit too much about her which is not the point of the show.
Right.
Where I agree with you. I think Wells, if you were going to pick one host, overall, Wells would be the best choice. Now, if you're going to just have Jesse Palmer for The Bachelor, and then, you know, you're going to pick just Tayshia or just Caitlyn for The Bachelorette, and then you have Wells for Bachelor in Paradise, I could get behind there being a main host for each different show.
Yeah.
But I really don't I just have this feeling that I wouldn't feel comfortable if Jesse Palmer was the host for Bachelorette. Because I do like, and I do want them to expand, at least with The Bachelorette. Now, The Bachelor, I'm not saying men can't talk about their feelings and X, Y, and Z, but it's a lot more interesting when, like, girls are talking about their feelings and stuff. And I feel like Caitlyn and Tayshia did try to add that aspect in to their seasons.
Yeah.
And it was nice seeing, you know, the lead of the show being able to open up to other women who had been in there before. And maybe it would be interesting if the boys did that too, but we just haven't really seen it.
Right.
I feel like. So yeah, Jesse Palmer, he's like a flat, like 7.5 for me. Like, I think he did a great job. He didn't wow me, but I don't think that's the point. I don't think the host is supposed to wow you.
Yeah,
you know?
it's like when we go back to Dancing with the Stars and Tyra's trying to be the lead of the show, and it's like, but the show's not about you. You need to be a strong supporting role in the thing, but you can't make it all about you. So I think Jesse did do a good job about, you know, hosting.
Yeah. He was a solid host.
He was solid, yeah, like you said, 7.5.
Yeah, 7.5. So yeah, that's how I feel about Jesse. You know, let us know how you guys feel about Jesse. Obviously, everybody has their own opinions. I will say, though, that the similarities between some of these contestants
are fucking crazy.
Wild.
But I feel like, I mean, I don't know. Sometimes I get a little too conspiracy into, like, the way Bachelor thinks. I think sometimes it's just mixed with luck as well, you know? How they get the edit and stuff. But I feel like they knew Clayton. They scrambled to find somebody and they found Clayton, and they realized that he doesn't give much to the screen. So then they had to, or sorry, let me get my words straight. I said this last night, is they're being smart because they're creating free advertisement. With all these lookalikes, there's all these memes that have popped up about, oh, well, this person looks like this person looks like this person. All of a sudden, everybody's talking about The Bachelor, whether it's good or bad, whether it's memes. People are seeing this stuff. That's free advertisement. It's like when you wear a shirt that says Aeropostale and you're walking around with it, you buy it for fucking $45, and then you're a free fucking walking billboard for them. You know? So that's exactly what they're doing. They need to play to the people who are going to give them free advertisement.
You want to go over some of the people we think look like other people?
Yes, please.
Okay, well, right off the bat, Susie.
Yes.
We were like, Hannah Brown.
Yeah.
She looks like Hannah Brown.
Hands down.
Hands down looks like Hannah Brown.
And didn't she kind of have like the same like...
And they it sort of felt like they had that same like bubbly air about them.
Yeah.
Obviously Clayton and Colton, and let's add in a third, Jesse Palmer, all sort of look alike.
Especially Jesse and Clayton. Like,
yeah.
They look like brothers. And it's almost weird. Like, I saw this meme that... Oh, my God, let me get to my memes. I saw this meme that was so funny. And it was... I'll put it up on the screen. But there was one that was like... Oh, my God, I'm sorry. Is this actually a show about long lost brothers reuniting? And then it has a picture of Clayton and a picture of Jesse, and that's what it kind of feels like too. It's like
plot twist.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that would have been so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Only the good Lord producers know. I think Teddy and Piper look alike.
Yeah, I agree.
I think Teddy and Piper look alike. I think Sarah and Kaylin.
Yeah, Sarah and Kaylin look alike.
They have similar looks.
Sarah looks like Kaylin, and also, who was that? Who was the girl that was Hawaiian? Kayla. I think her name is Kayla, and she was from Peter's season. But I think she was Hawaiian. She was gorgeous. I think she looks like a mixture between Kaylin and Kayla.
Wow.
Oh no, it was Ben's season. She was on Ben's season. Okay.
Jill and Victoria Fuller
Uh-huh.
look a lot alike to me.
Yeah, I agree.
And I also think that Rachel looks like the white chicks. I think she's pretty.
Yeah.
But God, when I look at pictures of her, I just automatically get the vision of the white chicks DVD.
Oh my god.
You know, circa 2000, whenever it came out. I just
so funny.
I just can't.
So funny.
So yeah, a lot of lookalikes, and I agree with you. You know, whether it was on accident or if it was on purpose, they're catering to, you know, and they're creating this buzz with memes and.
Well, right, because like I said, I feel like they don't have anything else to cater to because Clayton's kind of like
dull.
a dud a little bit.
Yeah. All right.
That's what I feel about like with the plants too. Is like they're planting. Well, we'll get to. So, what was her name? Sally that self-eliminated.
Yes.
And then who are the other people that self-eliminated?
So Sally self-eliminated like right off the bat.
Right.
And then
which felt like a plant.
And then Claire Heigl, I don't really know how to pronounce her last name, but Claire, she just straight on there was no acting that had to be involved. Clayton and her looked like they were just not clicking.
Yeah.
They were not vibing. And then Claire went off and was like, I hate him. There's no chemistry. Which
my thing is because there's people also praising her for that on social media. My thing is the way she handled it.
Mm-hmm.
It would have been one thing, and I think I said this last night, was, you know what, like, you know, there's a lot of energy going around. Like, maybe you know right off the bat, oh, this isn't my person. But you know what? Let's see if you make it through one night. Go on a date. See if you feel different. And on that first group date or one-on-one, if you're lucky enough to get it, you know, you can go about it a sweet, more sincere way where it's like, hey, listen, you know, I gave this a try. I think you're great, but I just don't think you're my person. I'm going to self-eliminate. But instead, she comes in and she's like, I hate Clayton. He's a piece of shit. We have no chemistry. And she's like bitching to all these girls about it. And it just felt very like, to me, it felt like she's, you know, she's, I'm a small town girl, blah, 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 blah. To me, it felt like she didn't even give herself a chance because she knew it wasn't her person. So she made a big deal about it. So she didn't. It just felt like self-sabotage a little bit.
Yeah,
it could have been handled in a completely different way. So I don't give her props.
Mm-hmm.
I give people the props that, you know, like when Serena P sat Matt down and was like, hey, you know, I gave this a try. I did really like you, but I just don't see this going any further. And I felt like she handled that really respectfully and very, you know, maturely, where I do not think Claire handled it well at all. I think in my mind, she looked like a brat, and I don't like brats.
I don't like brats either. And, you know, there's this whole thing going around that maybe she was trying to get her singing career off the ground. And it's also, and you know, we don't know everything that they say to each other, but, you know, after doing some sleuthing, she has a son, and on air, she never mentioned it, and I always find it a little weird when the contestants, once again, we don't know what's aired and what's not aired, but I always find it a little weird when it's not like the first thing you say, because to me, that's a deal breaker for some people. Yeah. You know, so, like I said,
it's like, I feel like, at least for me, if I meet somebody, it's like, hey, I have a twin sister, we're a package deal.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, it's kind of the same thing, you know, you have somebody that you spend a lot of your time with. Mm-hmm. You feel like, I don't know.
Yeah, you
it's
should
just something
tell them.
That would be brought
but
up.
Once again, we don't know if she even did say anything. But it was very, very obvious, especially because we know that Clayton is a terrible actor. It was very obvious that they just did not mesh, and it was not going to work out, and the way Claire handled herself wasn't great. But another girl, Samantha, bathtub girl, if you guys remember, she came in the bikini in the bubbly bathtub. We didn't see this. They did not air this, but she actually self-eliminated as well. She pulled Clayton aside, like one of the very first people to pull Clayton aside. She talks about it on her Instagram and, you know, said, listen, you seem cool, but I just don't really
I just think it's crazy because I feel like they didn't think any drama would happen, so they put in this Sally Plant as like okay, we're gonna get the drama started, and then all of a sudden 2 other girls self-eliminated, and they're like, we can't show 3 girls self-eliminating. Like,
not when Clayton's supposed to be the most eligible bachelor and the most handsome hot commodity in the market in America, like, which people have once again already said that they're not excited about. So they just chose not to show it. They just chose not to show it. Like, we're like, okay. I would
love to see it though, because I'm sure it was like, even though she didn't come off in a very mature way. I mean, she had a black box on her ass the whole entire time because obviously her vagina was showing. Yeah. Because she came out of the bathtub in this skimpy little outfit, and oh my gosh, can we please talk about what is her name? She's the really cute black girl with the blue dress. What is her name?
Her name is Shireen.
No, what is her name?
Serene?
No,
Sierra.
Sierra. Oh my god, Sierra is my favorite so far of the season. I think she's so funny. I think she's so cute. I think she has the best little comments. Like when she walked out the door and she was like, oh my gosh, like, why buy the cow when you get the milk for free? And that's one of my fucking favorite sayings, even though I disagree with the saying. I just think it's a funny fucking saying. And to hear somebody say it on television just cracked me up. And she was having these little like moments where she was like, where she was like talking and nothing was mean about the girls.
No,
like she just spit fires, and she's so fucking cute.
Well, to go back to Samantha real quick, it also says on her Instagram that she really did not want to wear the bikini, but she was basically forced to by the producers. Which is maybe one of the reasons she was feeling uncomfortable or whatever the case may be. But yeah. Oh, you know, we gotta remember that a lot of the time when these girls come in these skimpy little outfits and stuff, it's the producer, like, they signed a contract. And you can fight only so much, but at the end of the day, you sign your life away, your actual life. You sign away to be a contestant on the show. So she probably had no choice to come in besides in the skimpiest bathing suit.
Yeah. Ugh,
you know?
So sad.
So anyway.
She was so cute. I wanted to learn more about her, but I'll just follow her Instagram.
Yeah, just follow her Insta. So yeah, we did have quite a few troublemakers this time around. Claire obviously was set up as the villain for episode 1.
Right.
But we also see a lot of footage for the series of Shanae Ankney. I think that's how you say her name.
She is cray-cray. Like, she has a really big personality, but I will say that her bio says that she has a Christmas tree that she keeps up year-round, and I can appreciate that because I do the same thing.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Her bio does say that.
But I don't know if she's like me where I decorate my tree to the seasons. I don't know if she just keeps a Christmas tree up year-round, because I think that's a little tacky, personally, but I do love the idea of decorating my Christmas tree to
like every month or whatever.
Yeah, I just thought it was fun that somebody else did that.
Yeah, so Shanae, I think they're setting up to be the villain for the first part of the show. You know, they always have 2 or 3 villains until they have to fizzle out because all the villains end up leaving or being gone. But yeah, I think so. Claire's out of, but I think Shanae is going to be set up as the villain for at least the next couple of episodes. She throws the trophy in the pool.
Yeah, and she's like, keep my name out of your mouth.
And she came in the big, like, monster truck Jeep thing and ran over
the little
teeny tiny Jeep.
That. It's like, come on, girl.
But once again, you never really know what the producers are forcing you to do.
Yeah, that's true.
But at the end of the day,
I would have been like,
you can read people's energies, you know? It's very rare that it's like, oh, she turned out to be amazing and it was such a villain edit, you know?
Yeah.
When they really build it up like that. So yeah, those were sort of the troublemakers that we have getting started this season.
Fashion police.
So, Talena, we have to talk about the fashion for the night.
Yeah.
I actually think that most of the dresses were pretty good.
Yeah, I liked most of them. There was a few, I will tell you. So I think Sarah and Kate were the best dressed.
I totally agree.
Yeah, and we'll show you the pictures. And see, I feel like had the most funky design. And I saw like a side-by-side where it was like almost like a dress that Britney Spears had worn. It was kind of cool. Yeah.
Cool. See, I thought it was like Lisa Frankie.
Yeah, like it felt like Lisa Frankie. It felt like super, I don't know, fun and everything. But I liked it. I think Teddy and Haley were the worst dressed.
Oh, I know. And, you know, I looked online and a lot of people were saying how much they loved Teddy's dress, but I thought it looked tacky and cheap.
I hate the butt seam.
Yeah, the butt seam thing like really drives me insane. And you can see in the previews that she wears a lot of dresses like that. So unfortunately, even though I think Teddy is beautiful and she completely deserved the first impression rose.
Yeah, she's cute as a button.
And she's really cute and I'm excited to see her journey. I'm not really excited about her clothing choices.
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree with you. We are in the same agreement about fashion choices.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited to see the rest of the dresses. That is one downside of the Bachelorette is the men's clothing. It's fun.
Yeah.
But seeing some of these girls dress up is amazing. You know?
That's so much fun.
Yeah.
So, yay! Thanks for joining us on our first episode of covering Clayton's season. I'm really excited to like delve into more of the season, figure out like what Clayton's about, because I'm still just not sure yet. But hopefully we get there, and we'll see you next week, guys.
Bye.